This might injure your finger. Also beware of falling bricks hurting your feet. Method 7. One-finger stand. This is the advanced level of one-finger Chan training. Visualize your two index fingers as hard and strong. Completely expel all the distracting thoughts. Both fingers are like steel needles. Your other four fingers are held very tightly. Tighten your anus and dantian. Close your mouth, clench your teeth, and breathe in and out through your nose. Use two fingers to press downward to the floor and gradually raise your feet upwards. Begin with only a few seconds. Gradually increase the duration, the height of your feet until your whole body is upside down. Pointers. Only practice this when you are in perfect health. Avoid practicing if you have too many distracting thoughts. You must be firm in believing in yourself. Concentrate your whole body, mind, in circulating your qi. This will direct the qi to your finger. Otherwise, if your qi gets blocked, you should be easily injured. This is a high-level qigong practice. Not everyone can succeed at it. There are only a handful of masters who can do this now. You have to face this reality. If you persist and train hard, there is always some hope of success. One-finger Chan external essence training methods. Method 1. Iron sand training. Place your iron sand into a water bucket. The size of iron sand should be similar to that of mung beans. Substitute mung beans at the beginning of training. Bend your knees and sink your qi into your dantian. Spread your 5 fingers and aim them at the sand bucket. Visualize all 10 of your fingers as being hard and strong as rock. Inhale through your teeth, making a sh sound twice. Thrust your fingers into the sand, first left and then right. Exhale using Heng Qi through your nose twice, simultaneous to thrusting your left and right finger into the sand. You close your eyes, clench your teeth, and place your tongue on your upper palate. Tighten your dantian and your anus. Practice this movement repeatedly. Begin with 100 repetitions on each hand and progress to 300. Pointers. Begin with mung beans or lima beans. When you become proficient, you can progress to the iron sand. Pay close attention to your inhalation and exhalation. At first, when you strike about 30 times, your fingers will feel numb and itchy. This is a system of qi being present. You must not stop for a break. This sensation will disappear after about 60 strikes. It is a normal sensation that is actually a good sign. Method 2. Training with sandbags. Secure sandbags against a wall or tree stump. Bend your knees slightly. Turn your body sideways with your hands held up in a striking distance. Visualize your fingers are as hard as rock. Inhale through your teeth, making a sh sound twice. Thrust your fingers into the sandbag, left first then right. Exhale your Peng Qi through your nose twice, simultaneously to thrusting your left and right fingers into the sand. You close your mouth, clench your teeth, and place your tongue on your upper palate. Tighten your dantian and your anus. Practice this movement repeatedly, beginning with 100 repetitions on each hand and progress to 300. Pointers. Combining your breath and practice is very important. Proper breathing techniques will help improve your energy. Visualizing your fingers are as hard as steel is important, but at the same time, you cannot practice foolishly. This will result in injury. Method 3. One finger striking a wood board. Prepare a 10 by 10 inch wood board. Hold the board in your left hand. Extend your right index finger. Visualize that finger as being strong and hard like a steel needle. Inhale through your teeth twice, making a shoo sound. Your right and left fingers take turns striking the wood board once each. Inhale with Pengji as your right and left fingers take turns striking the board. Practice this movement repeatedly. Begin with 100 repetitions on each hand and progress to 300, alternating hands. Pointers. Visualization is very important. When you practice, your body is held half tightly and half loosely. Don't use too much strength to strike the wood board. That would be foolish. Your energy and power gains gradually. If you feel warm, that is a system of good qi circulation. Method 4. Striking a finger in a wood board. Prepare a wood board that is 1 inch thick, 1 foot wide, and 12 feet long. Place the board in a 2.5 foot high bracket. Bend your knees slightly in a high horse riding stance. Raise both hands so all 10 fingers are facing the wood board. Visualize that your fingers are hard like iron fork. Inhale through your teeth twice, making a shh sound. Your right fingers and left fingers take turns striking the wood board each once. Exhale with Pengji as your right and left fingers take turn striking the board. Practice this movement repeatedly for 50 repetitions. Increase the penetrating power and number of repetitions as you make progress. Pointers. This is an advanced one-finger chant technique. You must combine the correct inhalation and exhalation with your practice. You can also practice this with your 4 fingers close together or with just 2 fingers close together. When you practice, your body is held half tightly and half loosely. Your energy and power gains gradually. You cannot just use a lot of strength to penetrate the wood board. It is foolish to try to do so too many times. One-finger chant herb liniment. It is important to use the iron tau herbal liniment while training in these methods. Immerse your hands in the 12 herb recipe for 10 minutes. This reduces the swelling, eliminates toxins, retains qi, open meridians, improves qi flow, and increases the result of qigong practice. After you succeed at one-finger chant, you must have a master seal your acupoints within 24 hours to secure the qi inside your body. This qi will stay in your body for a long period of time. Symptoms of qigong practice. You must feel cold, hot, tingly, numbness, aches, itchiness, and thirst. These are common reactions of good qi circulation and are important to recognize as positive signs. If during practice you don't experience any of the above-mentioned reactions, you must not be practicing effectively. You must work to discover the proper training methods. Applications of one-finger chant. One-finger chant 8 acupressure methods. Number 1. Strike Tian 2 point and crush your opponent's windpipe. When your opponent strikes your head, turn your body dodge to right. Simultaneously use an iron arm to block your opponent's arm. Then use a one-finger chant strike to your opponent's Tian 2 point, located at the base of his throat, which stops breathing and causes insufficient oxygen supply into the lungs. Number 2. Cut the leg and strike the eyes and blind your opponent. When your opponent attacks your waist and crotch areas with a right leg kick. Use a left iron palm to cut his Sanjin Jiao point at his leg, thus deflecting the direction of his leg's attack. Simultaneously use your right finger chan to strike the eyes. Results: destroy the optic nerves and causes blindness, which incapacitates fighting power. Number 3. Lock the arm and strike Ren Yin point to disrupt the main artery. When your opponent strikes your head, use a left iron arm to lock the arm and your right finger chan to strike his Ren Yin point on the head. The results: disrupt the main artery, stopping the oxygen supply to its brain, which results in the loss of consciousness. Number 4. Defend against the hook kick. Point strike both temples. When your opponent attacks your head with a right hook, use both arms, cover your head, and duck to avoid the strike. Then step forward, lifting your left knee upwards, and stomp on the back of your opponent's knee. Use left arm lock and seal your opponent's neck, and use one right finger chan point strike to the right temple. Result: disrupt trigeminal nerves and blood supply of brain and causing loss of consciousness. Number 5. Strike Renjung point. When your opponent uses left claw to grab your shoulder, use your left hand to block his claw. Simultaneously, use right hand to press his wrist and force him to kneel down. Then use right finger chan to point strike his Renjung point. Result: disrupt Renjung system, blocking blood and qi circulation in the Du meridian, which can result in the loss of consciousness. Number 6. Lock the arm and strike Yamen point. When your opponent is facing you and uses both hands to twist your right arm, use a right arm lock on his right wrist and pull him down. Then use left finger chan point strike to his Yamen point, located on the back of the neck between the first and second cervical vertebrae. Result: damages the Du meridian, destroys windpipe and nerves, disrupt vocal cords, and possibly paralyze the lower limbs. Number 7. Defend hook and strike Shenje point. When your opponent attacks your head with a right hook, block with your left arm and then use your right finger chan point, striking his Shenje point. Result: disrupt the Ren meridian and heart blood supply. You can cause loss of consciousness. Number 8. Lock arm, throw and strike Zhang Men point. When your opponent twists your right arm, quickly use counterlock to pin him down to the ground, and then use right finger chan strike his right Zhenming point in his rib area. Results: disrupts the liver and stomach meridians and blood supply. Warning: this video demonstrates the most effective techniques of the modern Chinese combat method called Qin Guan Dao, founded by Grandmaster Alex Tao. It reveals the fundamental technique for the first time to the public. These techniques are extremely dangerous. They were developed for the military, riot police, bodyguards, anti-terrorist squads, and extreme self-defense to benefit professional fighters. Do not try to test these techniques on your training partners. Train with extreme caution and under the supervision of a qualified teacher.